Hello everyone, time for another live stream. Bob's with us, Wayne's with us, Lawrence is with us. Hello fellas, how's things going? If you do join us, feel free to say hello. We're pretty easy going here and easy to get along with. So today we're going to start building this beast, TFL Bronco. Wayne says that's one hell of a monster. That BC8, mate, is just something else. It's very heavy. My back doesn't like how heavy it is, but it's a beast. It is an absolute beast of a truck, mate. That's why I let that footage just run for a few seconds longer. It's like, look at that truck, man. So, we're going to start building Michael's truck today. For those that haven't seen it, TFL Bronco. We did unbox this in a stream. Beautiful kit. The only thing we could really fault was the body's fiberglass, which is more of a pain than anything else. And the drive shafts just... I think it was just the drive shafts just looked a bit meh compared to everything else, which was weird. Like the diffs and every other metal component of this truck is absolutely gorgeous, but the drive shafts just look like a bit of an afterthought, which is fine because I think Michael's going to change them anyway. But so we're just going to open up the old box, pull out some bits and see what goes together first. Basically, how is everyone? Is everyone all right? You all good? Right, the most important part of today's stream, it's not the advertising material, but the instruction manual. Been looking forward to building this truck. Right, I don't know if I need this piece or if this is just more advertising jargon. So how are we all? Are we good? More advertising stuff. More advertising stuff. Some decals. Won't be needing that stuff for a long time. Right. Crazy amounts of foam packing in this thing, which is good. Now I've reset the stream key, so hopefully our chat's not so delayed today. So if you just want to pump through through chats, we can do a bit of a test. Right. You fall into there. So this is the body and cage for the TFL Bronco. Bob, yep, heart started to get more normal. Good, mate, good. Glad to hear that. For those that don't know, Bob had a heart attack not long ago. I think he watched my Element review. Bob had a heart attack not long ago, and yeah, it's good to see you on the mend, Bob. It's bloody good, mate. Streams aren't the same without you. So yes, this is our complete chassis with the body, etc. Body bolts on. I have started designing my own dashboard for this truck. One, to make it right-hand drive because we're in Australia. And two, the factory dash is a bit, it just seems to be lacking a bit. So that's one of the things we've done. We shouldn't need this today, I wouldn't imagine. I wouldn't think so anyway. First step in the book. Front axle and link assembly. Ugh, links. Bob, damn cold down here. Wayne says it's hot up his way. It's been pretty shitty where I am, tell you. I've got all this stuff I need to paint. I can't paint any of it because the weather's trash. Right, so some stage soon we're going to need our shockers. If I remember correctly, they were delightful. Bloody good. Bloody good. Alright. Let's have a look here. Skid. Miscellaneous metals. Our gorgeous wheels. Link parts. Links were already constructed. Oh, our day just got better. Andrew's joined us. Hello, Andrew. Lawrence, good to hear you. You're on the mend. Awesome. Pump, those links are already built. That's just made my day. The motor, extra fancy bits, drive shafts, ESC, bag of nuts and bolts. Keep those there. They possibly just to put the body on. Alright, well if they're already done then I guess we're straight to putting stuff on the diffs. But I don't just want to do that first. I want to crack open the diffs and have a look. because I may have to get some shims and shim the diffs. But the links are assembled. Awesome. I'm pumped about that. Alright. So then it's straight onto front axle assembly. So we're not going to need this bad boy for a while. That can sit aside. Right. And our wheels and tyres are already together. This may be a nice quick build, this. It's just the body and detailing and such that'll take the time. Alright. Love this. So this is what your differentials come in the TFL Bronco. Bloody nice bit of kit. Well, I'll be back as I've got to go into town. Nice 60k's round for a litre of milk. Long life milk, Bob. Get yourself some long life milk. Alright. That's a long trip for some milk. Right. So, I guess we're going to start by taking these diff covers off and have a bit of a sticky bee. Because they felt a little bit grindy to me. And obviously we want to check the grease in them too, so that bag can sit aside. That can sit aside, just until we check these differentials. Right, let's have a look and see what's going on in here. Oh, they're tiny. And remember, kids, when you're playing with tiny bolts like these, you can see how tiny that is. You don't need to go cranking crazy tight on them. No Loctite on these. I'm not sure I even want to put Loctite on them because of how small they are. If I put Loctite on them, I'm sure it'll go in fine, but then if Michael ever needs to pull it apart, I don't want him to go stripping all the bolts trying to pull it apart. So what's everyone up to? What are we all doing? Anyone tinkering on some RC stuff? I figured I'm going to start this kit this morning, so I might as well do a stream. Get things all pumped up. Sometime early next week we're going to do the second enduro draw. Dennis has joined us. Hello, Dennis. We're just pulling the diff apart on the TFL Bronco here, so we can have a bit of a look-see. Check its grease and check why it was a bit noisy. Right. So can confirm it's got grease. It's actually got what I would call a decent whack of grease. Right, why I'm pulling a stupid face is I'm a little bit surprised, I guess, by the amount of, see if I can get this nice and focused for you, the amount of sideways movement. Now this is most probably what's causing our issue. So you can see that's quite a bit of movement, what you would call. Bulgar's joined us. Ben's joined us. Andrew painted a set of rims. Nice. Waiting on new kit, wheels and servos. Nice, dude. Nice. Talking with Rob. Box is ready to send. Awesome. Lawrence, get that thing sent, mate. I don't know if I've got any bloody bushes here I can put in that, which is a bit of a bitch. So I'm going to assume, I don't think this kit comes with any bushings. Poo. That is a right poo, because what the hell can I do? Literally nothing in here about bushings. Bulgar, that's a lot of play. Yep. Let me just go back to this camera. That is what I would call a fairly substantial amount of play, which is surprising because the quality of everything in this truck has been phenomenal. To have that much play in the diff is mind-boggling, if I'm honest. I don't get it. But where's the... Let's see if that's what's going on in the front one. Because if that's the case, we may have to start a different kit today, because I'm going to have to order some shims. Because I can't put that together like that. There's no way known I would build that like that and say, there you go, Michael, your truck's done. Because a truck this nice deserves to be put together the best way possible, so that when you drive it, it's smooth, it's quiet, and it's something that you can drive and be proud of, not something that you drive and go, oh my god, listen to it, it's noisy, it's embarrassing. So we'll quickly check this one. I like the fact that it's got grease in it. The grease is probably a touch thick. That's just me being me. A little pedantic. But it is what it is. At least it's got grease in it. That's something. So yes, that's I may even message TFL and say, look, I've just cracked open the diff. Matt's joined us. Hello, Matt. How's things alright? I'll say I've just cracked open the diff, and she's a bit movie, mate. There's a bit of movement in there. Is this normal? Again, nicely greased. I don't know if I'd say that was quite as much, but there's definitely play in there. Right, if you like focus for me. That amount of play is more than enough to make a diff be quiet or noisy. So yes, we're going to have to get some shims. Michael, we need shims. Shit. That's really frustrating, because there's not much I can do. Like, there's no point putting the diffs on the truck if I've just got to pull them all literally completely apart again. I'm just going to pull these out of here and have a bit of a look-see. I'm good. Good, mud man. Okay. There is a retainer in that. Ugh. So Johnny, how's things going? Loving my new job? Much more relaxed. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Ball gear, that looks like enough movement to strip your gears. Yep, or at least chew the crap out of them. It just needs like probably 2 shims either side. I wonder if I can. Let me try and I'm going to see if I can do these retainers back up, which have... This is going to be hard to show without covering my fingers and crap. Let me clean this off. Right, so I'll show you what my mind's thinking first, so that hopefully we can sort it without having to get other bits and pieces. You can see that that's got a little lip there. That lip is to hold the bearing into place. Now what I'm going to try and do is bolt them back in and have them pushing everything into the middle so it can't move. That's sort of the plan anyway. Alright, let's see what we can do. If I can't do anything like this, I'm just going to have to get some bushes. Alright, so I'm just going to start that bolt. I'm going to start the next bolt. And then I'm going to wonder where I've put my little flathead screwdriver. Could be anywhere. Could legit be anywhere. Alright, let me... We've got an old blade here? I do. This will do for what I wanted to do. So essentially what I'm doing is... Now, I know this may look dumb, but with this little blade here, I'm pushing it in the side, in the gap I've got at the back, and I'm just pushing that bracket forwards, just to try and make it, sort of pinch it in the right direction. I mean, there's still a pretty good chance we're going to need. Still a pretty good chance we're going to need bushes, but who knows? This may get us out of trouble. It also may be a complete waste of time, but we've got to try, eh? We've got to try something. Lars has joined us. Hopping by and getting ready for bed. Lars is jumping in his PJs. So if we can't do this, well then we're gonna put this aside again, and I'll have to order some shims, and then today we'll just start the HPI kit, which I know is not technically what I wanted to do. Still feels pretty shitey. Oh, there's still heaps of movement. Heaps of movement. Well, shite. That's annoying. Yeah. I can't push that far enough forward to make a difference, I'm afraid. So, it looks like we're going to be doing the HPI kit today. That's better. But it's still rather noisy. So was there plate? Yeah, there was... Let's give you an idea, Lars. Focus camera. So yeah, that's again, I'm quite surprised. I'm going to personally message TFL and say this may be something you need to keep an eye out for. Just include some shims or something in the either in the install process or when you guys build the diff, or in the kit, so that if someone doesn't like it, they can fix it. I'm not sure. There's some heat going on the side of diff. 3D printing works, but if it melts, yeah, I know. I know I could probably print up a couple of holders. I mean, I know, like the PG4 and stuff uses plastic retainers for the diffs and stuff, and they seem to work fine. This truck's not cheap. It's like $1,000 Australian, I think. I think Mike got a good price on it for around 900, but generally speaking, it's about $1,000. So if you buy a $1,000 truck, that shouldn't happen. So shit. I'm gonna have to order some shims because I've got to build it correctly, man. Like I've got to do it right. That's just what you do, especially if you're building it for someone else. So I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to put all the stuff back in the box, and then we're going to start on the HPI kit. So I apologise. I mean, obviously it's not my fault. But if you came here today hoping to see the TFL kit started, there's sort of not much point, because if I start building it, I've only got to pull literally everything apart to sort the diffs anyway. Last, I have a set of those axles myself. They're the same. Did you shim yours last? And if you didn't, why not? I won't put it together with that much play in it. It makes me think of... You think of the people that buy them and just go, oh, axles together, should be right. Or if they open it and go, oh, it's grease in there, sweet. And then just build it and drive it. But I want this truck to be as smooth and as quiet as possible. So we've got to do it right. I feel bad for Michael. Like, poor bugger's waited long enough as it is. The list of stuff I've got to build is stupid. I was all pumped to start building this today. I tossed them on the shelf. I've not used them yet. I'll let you know what shims I get last, in case you want to shim yours. Essentially, I'll just buy shims that are the same outside diameter as the bearings, and I'll probably get, I don't even know what size. Don't even know, mate. I'll have a look here and I'll see what I've got. I've probably got some somewhere, but I don't know if I've got enough to do both diffs, because I'm going to have to do either side of the bearings. Wouldn't be so bad if I only had to do like 1 or 2 on each diff, but there's a lot of movement there, so I'm going to have to shim either side and space it correctly so that I've got just the right amount of touch. I don't want to have it touching to the point where it feels really notchy, and at the moment that's exactly what it does. But yeah, they make a lot of noise. I reckon that's why. I reckon we've figured out why. Been into RC cars since '85, so no shortage of bits and pieces lying around. Well, and that's the thing too, Wayne. I'm usually the same, mate, but my garage is nothing shy of a shambles at the moment. I've got so much stuff in it. I need more shelves. If I can find some cheap ones, I'll get some more shelves this week. I need more shelves. I need to get rid of like a heap of empty boxes and all that sort of stuff. Fun and games. I need a bigger garage. Last is off to bed. No worries, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. Thanks for letting us know that your diffs are also noisy. Like I said, I'll let you know what shims we get. I'll drop you a link so that should you want to do yours, you can too. But yes, unfortunately, that's sort of put a halt on the TFL for today. We're gonna have to readdress this, and we're gonna start building the HPI, because otherwise it's going to be a 10-minute stream on how to do nothing. Bunnings, could go to Bunnings. I could. I'll have a look and see if TFL do any of their own, because if I can, I'll keep it all TFL. You know, you're going to do these things, you do it right. And this is the thing too, like, it's not my truck, it's Michael's truck. So I've got to make sure that it's Mickey Mouse. Like, you know how it is, like if it's your own truck, sometimes you can say, be fine, don't worry about it. I don't do that with other people's trucks. Right. So we'll put these back in here. I love the way those diffs are packed. It's awesome. Where did I put those pieces? There. Usually 2.5 hour stream doing nothing. Get out, Rob, would you? Hey, did you watch the last stream? No. I can't remember. Did you watch the last one? It's all China anyway. Yep. Well, if you can make stuff that cheap in China, why not? Why bloody not? It's not just about what I achieve here, right? It's about the fun. And that we always have. RC Reviews re-uploaded his cross review. Is it the exact same video, Bull Gear, or is it a new one? And if it is, should I watch it, or will I just scream at the TV? Hopefully he re-uploads his tracks this one where he can spends 25 minutes confusing which tracks came out when. Right, sorry Bronco. I feel bad I'm putting it in the box. I've done nothing with it. But I mean, obviously, you guys know there's not much I can do about it. I'm just gonna have to get the stuff I've got to get, make sure it's right, and then the same one What a waste of time. Did he? He probably removed it because of my comment on it. Anyway, I feel sorry for anyone who takes that bloke's advice. Just quietly. Okay, it's not very quiet, is it really? But I do. I feel sorry for anyone who takes his advice on buying a truck. Right, well, you're going to have to sit aside for today, little bronc. Poor bugger. Oh. Right, you can just sit there. And I'll fix you after the stream. So, let's build a HPI venture. Okay, instruction book. Alright, companies, can you stop putting advertising catalogues and shit in your boxes? Like, we've already bought it. Ooh, better not lose these. My HPI decals, alright, for those wondering, that's where I bought the kit from. Bloody good bloke. Someone told me his name the other day and I forgot it already. Whoops. Either way, still a good bloke. Looked after me really well. Okie dokie. You watch. This is going to say, step 1, build links. Right. All the overview. Step 1, build diffs. That's right up there, we're building links. Streaming. So I'm going to send people that message me while I'm streaming. They should know because they should have notifications turned on. Just saying. Tick that little bell, fellas. Alright. Open bag A. There's a lot of bags in here. Bag of you. You don't have a decal. Awesome start. What a start to the day. Bag of you. You don't have a decal either. Bag A. It's already open. I wonder if they're from bag A. This is the worst thing about when you unbox a truck and you stuff everything back in the box. Because I've spent half the time pulling all the shit out of the bags and then showing you guys and then smush it all back in there, you go, okay. And you've got to hunt through everything to find what you're after. This is the HPI Venture Kit, Lawrence. It is. Okay, well that looks like all the parts I need for that. Yep. Except that's got an output shaft there. Oh yes, next step. Okay, so this is definitely the correct bag. Little magnetic tray. Lovely. Right. Now there should be bolts in here somewhere. That must be these ones in here. Now, I was going to show you on my RC Mart little bolts tray. It's actually got a bolt ruler. So if you don't know, like if you get a lot of bolts and they're all similar lengths and you're not sure if you've got the correct ones, oh no, the bolts are in there. You can actually just slide your bolt into the little ruler piece so you know exactly what size it is, and it's got the hole size for each bolt too. Great idea. All right, tread lock. I've still got some on the top there. I do. Lovely. Right. So in my little polycarbonate cleaner container here, in the top of the lid, you can see we've got a bit of stuff and things there. What a description, mate. What a description. Okie dokes. That's got to go into there like that. That's got to go through there. Bearing goes on there. Yep, wicked. Lovely. Alright. What are they? 1.5s? Of course they are. Of course they are. Just a smidgen. There's just a little drop on the end. Alright, that's all you need. Don't go nuts. Otherwise, if you've ever got to change your stuff out, you'll be jumping on the interwebs and you'll be going, hey fellas, what tricks have you got to get this stuff out with? Very true. True story, my friend. So you only just need a little smidge more. All it's got to do is stop it from wanting to back out. Right, now you'll notice I'm getting all these started too. Getting all these bolts started before I actually tighten them up. Generally speaking, that's your best practice with anything that's got more than one bolt going into it. Get your bolts started, then go around, tighten them up. Just be sure that you actually go around and tighten them up. Don't get all your bolts started and then forget. Because if you do that, everything's going to fall to pieces on the trail. As funny as it might look, I'm sure it'll be very frustrating. Tightens. Lovely. That's lovely. Alright. So we've got that like that. We've got a slide. One of these bearings over this end. Click. I believe just one of these bearings over this end. Click. Bearing over that. Bearing over that. That's that piece done. Now we still have a couple of smaller bearings which we'll, I assume, use later on. The next stage, slide this bad boy on here, grab my little pliers, grab the devil's invention, C-clip. Alright, I'm going to show you how I do these clips, because they can be a royal pain in the ass, and a lot of people do end up flying them across the bloody their workshops and such. Go on, focus. Give us a focus. So you can see how I've got that clip sitting just there, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my finger either side of it, and then with my pliers, I'm not going to be able to show you this perfectly, but with my pliers I'll come in from the top and the bottom so that I eliminate the amount of area that it can fly off and never be seen again at. That's generally speaking how I do mine. This is not 100% foolproof. This is not a guarantee that you're not going to squeeze one of these down. There we go. That you're not going to squeeze one of these down and it's not going to take off like a rocket and you'll never see it again. Page 1, done. Now do I have to do this twice? Why am I not being told to do this twice? Okay. That's weird. Why wouldn't you just say do that twice? We're going to do it twice anyway. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway. Okay. So now we have to do our bloody axles, apparently. Sit that there because I reckon we need those soon. Is that the same? No. Different gear set. No. Spare hardware. Like that bag. That's bag B. So it shouldn't be bag B. Where's my bits? Links. Bolts. Ooh, crap everywhere. More bolts. Dogger bone. Why is it not just in there? Doesn't seem very well thought out, that. What have we got there? Alright, so that's got our bits and our bobs. And then we've got these bits and bobs here That's our straight axis for the rear, so that's fine. Okay. There, I'm sure there. No. This is weird. Very weird. Or are they just the drives? Weird. Here we are. Build your own CVD kit. I feel like this is a step that probably could have been done already. Alrighty. Make sure we don't go losing any bits. That is a bit arse about face, that is. Alright then. Where's my grease? Let me use this. Let's whack some grease in that. Lovely. Some grease in here. So who's excited about the next Enduro giveaway? No one? Anyone? I'm sure someone is. Alright, slide that in there like that. Slide that in there like that. Right. Now that should slide onto there. And then we slide our pin right through the lot of it. Then we slide this cup over the end. Does that cup click on or something? It just sits there. I'm going to put a bit of grease around my retainer. And the reason is I want to almost create a sort of suction to hold the retainer cap on, because I don't like that it just loosely sits on there. Because being our luck, we'll lose it 50 times before we get the truck built. Right, one done. Click the wrong button there. Lovely. Just doing a bit of a refresh. Right. You're all a bit quiet today. What's going on? What's wrong with you? Have I upset someone? Lovely. He is upset we aren't building the Bronco. Is that what it is? Right. Awesome. So that's that dumb step done. So now they just sit aside for however long. That's why it's a dumb step. It seems odd that it's not just, here, do this, now use it. Alright. So now we need... It's very back and forwards, this kit. Jack of all trades. Sorry, been walking away from my PC a lot. Missing a lot. It's alright, mate. I'm spending the majority of the time talking to myself. Just so that I can ensure that I'm doing things correctly. It's just so back and forwards, this stuff. Jump to this bag, grab a piece from here, jump to this bag, grab a piece from here, and then you get you to jump to this bag and we'll grab a piece from here. Word. So we need something from this bag. Micah had surgery Wednesday morning. She's not very chatty. What did you have done, mate? Hope you're alright. No, we all care here. Right, so now we're going to need nuts and bolts from this bag. It's very hard to just use a few bolts from this bag and then move to the next bag with those bolts. Like, because of how everything's done, I'm going to need multiple bits and trays unless I just dump them all in there and measure each one. That's just silly. Robert, about to go and take the young bloke to his stuff today, then shopping with the missus. Couldn't have called in sick. Kidding, Robert. Kidding, mate. Right. So, I now need that. That's got to be the lightest metal I've ever touched. Good. Double in your hand. It's just sore. Doesn't sound like much fun, mate. Lawrence, need a coffee? Be back. Am I that boring, Lawrence? I'm putting you to sleep, mate. Right. So, there's going to be a bearing that goes in that side. There's going to be a bearing. Goes in the rear, same size. Yep, lovely. Progress. Not sure I spelled that right. It's alright, mate. Not sure I pronounced it right. Let's call it a little bit of section A and a little bit of section B. Alright. So we'll put that in there like that and like that. Lovely. And now I need to bolt on these bits. Now, do they have a right, left, or are they both the same? They both appear to be exactly the same. Just depends which way I hold it. Basically. They are exactly the same. Okie McDokie. So that one's got to go up there with two 3x10s. So now the fun starts, where I have to hold up bolts to measure them because stuff's not bagged in the way technically they should be. If you're going to build a kit, try and build it so that you take a few parts out of a bag and the bolts that you need for that part or those parts are in that bag. But anyway, we'll get there. No crawling for about 6 to 8 weeks. Can you not sit on sit on a chair in the front porch, or even, I don't know, man. There's got to be some way you can do a little sort of wheeling, isn't there? You need a micro crawler. Crawl it in the house. That's what you need, buddy. Get yourself the Hobby Plus CR18 or the CR24. I know RC Mart's got them in stock. Right. I've been trying to make a scale CB antenna. What do you use to make it, Ben? Right, so we'll bolt this on. Those bolts are probably 4mm longer than they need to be. But anyway. That one under there. 2 more of these. Yoink. At least we're making some progress. We're getting something done. I'll be building a kit soon. What sort of kit are you going to be building, Mike? I was going to say I'll be building a kit soon too, but I'm building one right now. I'm just waiting to hear when my KR4C's going to be posted. I was hoping it would have been posted by now. Apparently there was a delay. 3D printer filament and a coffee stirring stick. Sounds like some MacGyver stuff you got going on there, mate. With a bit of chewing gum, 3D printed filament, and a coffee stirring stick, he was able to blow up a plane. Used to love MacGyver as a kid. What a show. It was just nothing you couldn't do. Can't lift over 5 pounds. Don't own a crawler that light. What do you want to do, mate? Get a friend to go wheeling with you and say, there's a catch. Okay? All you got to do is pick up my truck, put it in my car. When we get there, take it out, put it on the ground. All that stuff. Right, bearings and all that are in there. That's wicked, lovely, done. See, now I set those aside. So that's... those bits are done. Those bits are done. That bit's done. Now I'm going to go for a different bag again. Like, where's that weird little steering arm? So now I've got to get the steering arm. And now I've got to find another bag with my rod ends. The kit seems nice. It just seems really weirdly laid out how you've got to build it. Don't like weird. Right. I'm going to order my KR4 kit Tuesday. Nice, man. Nice. I love the look of that thing. I know there's going to be people out there that'll say, oh, they're just copying other people, whereas they're not. I mean, I don't care if that's what people think. Right. I just find it amusing. Okay, so they are just straight pieces. Let me double triple check this in case there's a certain bloody special one. I see there's 2 bendy ones, but they're not for this. Because they aren't bent. So I'll put that back in there. Dennis has joined us. Hello, Dennis. How's things, mate? All right. Right. For a second there, I thought that was pre-threaded. Do please start. I don't care about that. I bet the chassis don't bend. I hate this. So frustrating. Let me double check there's no other weird size ones in there. It's going to irritate me now. Are they all the same? Everything else seems a bit weird so far, so I might as well check this. And they all look to be the same size holes. So is the HPI Venture Kit going to be better than the TFL? Well, technically, I wouldn't say better. It might go together easier. It's saying that. Saying that, this bloody thing's already frustrating me. I just don't want to start, mate. It's like the holes in the rod ends. Unless there's 2 other rod ends here that I'm not seeing, the holes in those rod ends feel way too small for that steering arm. Surely they're just the shock ones. They have to be. How many's in there? Should be 1, 2, 3. Should be 4. Where's the 4th one? 1, 2, 3. Interesting. But yes, the holes in these rod ends feel way too small for this bloody thing to go on. I wish RC Cars was with us at the moment because he's built one of these. I wonder if he had the same issue. Just doesn't seem to want to go on there. I'll try taking a smidge out of here. Just so I can bite. I'll have to post some pics on the page. Yes, dude, do that. That'd be awesome. What would be more awesome would be if this here would bloody start. It seems to go in about 1 millimetre and then it just doesn't want to go any further. The whole difference looks massive. That's even what I've trimmed. I don't think it is, Jim. I'm screwing it the right way on for it to tighten up. It starts to. Like you get the first piece starts to, and then just because there's not enough, it just doesn't seem to want to go. If I do it that way, it's just undoing it straight away. I don't know if it's because like the thread's just not sort of open enough to want to actually bite into anything. That could be a thing. But if it's happening both ends. It's just frustrating. I may have to, Dennis. That's why I was using the knife, just to try and open it up a smidge. But I mean, I don't want to have to do it too much. It's just, I feel like I'm chewing out the rod end instead of it's not actually going on. It's just chewing the plastic, which is not gonna help anything. Where did I put that? So I already tried to open it up a bit with my knife. I shouldn't have to do this. Because it should just go on. Alright, I'll clear the thread out, make sure there's no plastic in there. I can literally see I can see the rod end flaring out where this is starting to go in. God. Well, that's really shitty. Worst case, I'm sure I've got other ones here I can use. I just don't like the feel of that. How nice does that look? Come on, focus. Focus. Come on, focus, you bloody thing. See what I mean? How you can actually see it's flaring out, like, and it's not sitting dead straight either. And before anyone says, "Oh, you cross-threaded it," there's no thread now, right? It's just it's a bit shit, and that's as far as it will go on. I don't know how far they expect you to get it, but that's as far as that's going. What I may even do is grab some of my leftover cross ones and put on there, because I reckon they'll go straight in there. Actually, some old Axial ones might too. Because that is just really shitty. I still feel like I'm just chewing it out. It is. Oh, that's frustrating. Have I got in here? Probably. 2 rod ends, please. Got to be one here somewhere, surely. What one's that? Oh, that won't fit. That won't fit either. I'll go through my other stuff later. I'm not letting that stop me now. That's just annoying. Like, no rod end should be that much faffing around to get to do on. I don't know, Mike. I grabbed my calipers out, but the battery went flat. I don't even know what I've done with my tiny little ruler. I can't think of how big the PG4 ones are. Right, move this. No, don't drop box, don't drop. You notice when I built this, okay, I didn't have to worry about any of this stuff. Right, cross truck, have you got any spare? I'm sure you do. Rod ends for me. Come on, my old one, dear. Maybe I'm thinking of my PG4L, because that doesn't use as many. Just stuff like this shouldn't be something I have to worry about. No spares on that. No spares on there or there. Right, bear with me 2 seconds. You can sit back in your box. Right, I'm going to hit the B right back. I'm going to have a 2-second look. And just to see if I can find better ones that'll fit on that bar properly. Ugh. I have to pull shit apart later and find some, because I'm not stuffing with those, because that's annoying. If you're going to make stuff for your trucks, make it fit properly. Okay, we're going to skip that bar, because that can be added any time anyway. So, that can go back in the box, and we go to the next step. Because I want to actually bloody achieve something today, so we don't upset Mr. Robert Goller. Alright. God, it's so weird how this is built. It's just weird. They slide into there. Then you get wherever those pieces were, because everything's in different bags. Then we bolt these to this, instead of bolting these to the completed diff. So, that's just dumb. I don't get that. I really don't get it. Right, now I need... My rod ends can go back in there. So how many of you fellas out there have built one of these trucks? Has anyone? I know RC Cars has built one. RC Cars. He commented on a YouTube video last night saying, actually this morning, can you build this on stream today? Where is he? Right. That crap can go aside. Dennis likes to... Like HPI, but quality control was the biggest fall for them. It's definitely not doing them any favours with me right now. It's just... How this goes together is just weird. It's like, hey fellas, let's try and make it totally different to how other trucks go together, just so that we're different. That's sort of how it feels. You know, it doesn't feel like, hey, what's the smartest possible way we could get people to build this truck? Oh, that's close. Right, what size are they? 10 mils as well. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I like the quality. I just don't like how so far how it's thought out. Okay. There is a top, there is a bottom, and of course, guessing I had it the wrong way around. Alright. Bolt, if you would kindly leave. So I can have this the correct way around. Right. Yeah, we do this up if it'll go straight in. Lovely. Yeah, so it's weird. Do that up, lovely. Do the bottom one up. Do you not want to line up? There we go. Don't forget, fellas, give the stream a like, give it a share. If you want to help us achieve our goal here, there's a link in the description so we can give away the Cross SU4C. I'd love to give away one of those. Right, this, that goes to the top. The correct way around. I've got to put these in. That goes in before that goes in. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird way it goes together. Yoink, that's got to be that way. Right. Bolt in. I'm sure it'll all come together nicely, but it seems weird. I hope it all comes together nicely. What did Jono do on the stream today? Just sat there swearing lots because of how stuff's designed. You know how it is. Yep, the same ones. So I better triple check that. Come on, line up. There we go. Okie dokes. I mean, even stuff like I now put on the wheel hexes and stuff. So do that shit last. That's what you do when you're about to bolt your wheels on. Anyway. Geez, Redcat could use these hexes. Slide on there. There we go. Lovely. 2 little grub screws. This is just very foreign. This is the first kit I've ever built that. This is at this stage of the build. You're putting the wheel hexes and grub pins in and stuff. It's like, and it just feels like it's done like this just to be different, not to be useful. If that makes sense. Right. Grub screw, where art thou, grub screw? Right. Tits on. Oh, looks Mickey Mouse. Next. What goodies will we find on the next page? Oh look, we're putting the diff together. I assume it's this one. It is. Axle weights. We better put those in. Okie dokes. So we need bearing on here. You boys are awfully quiet today. Awfully quiet. Yoink. Drop some grease down there. Where did I put that? There. Drop that down there. Bearing goes on the other side. Lovely. Right. Main gear drops in that away. Now what pinches it? Does that pinch it? Nothing seems to pinch the bearing. It doesn't. Yeah, it does. Okie dokes. That goes in there. And we'll put our weights in. must-haves. Must-have weights. So that'll sit there. That'll sit there. I do like that they include these brass weights in the kit. I think that's good. Right gear. Drop that in. Excuse me, wait. You go and sit where you got to sit. Okie dokes. Grease. All around me bearings and such too. Lovely. Smidge more. That was a decent size smidge, if I'm honest. But should be sweet, I reckon. Lovely. Okie dokie dokes. Oh, that's weird. So that bolt goes through that, and that. Why? Why do you do this, HPI? Come on, brass, wait. Cooperate. Those weights were obviously an afterthought. Because they don't just seem to... They don't lock into anywhere. They can just move about as they please until you put it... Squeeze it all together. Right. Right. Okay. Now, these massively long bolts go through this. That's that way. Yep. Right, so 3 across the bottom. Are they all the same length? No, they're not. That's a top one. That's a bottom one. Okay. Looking at this. That's the top. So that's a bottom bolt. Oh, it's a 1.5. Rush Creek, looks like you're having fun. Yeah, mate, I'm a bit baffled. I'm building this HPI kit and it's laid out really stupidly. It's like you seem to jump back and forwards a lot for no good reason. Right, so here's these short 3. So yes, I'm putting this together. I was going to do the TFL Bronco, but I need to order shims for it because the diff gear moves around so much in there it is legitimately not funny. So I've got to order shims for that, and one of the first steps of building that is bolting everything to the diffs and bolting the diffs to the truck. So it's like, well, there's no point starting that because I'm just going to have to sort of pull everything back apart. Lovely. I'm going to have to pull everything back apart to fix the diffs anyway. So, are you starting bolt? There we go. So that's why we're building the HPI, mate. Basically, got my hands covered in bloody grease. So is my driver. So yes, I'm building this HPI kit, and I'm just a bit surprised at how back and forward it all seems to be. It's like they designed it just to be different to how you normally build a truck. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I reckon. Even like silly things like these diff bolts, they're so bloody long and fine a thread because it's going through 3 pieces. I'm sure there was a better way of doing this. And the top 3 bolts go through 4 pieces. Like, whose idea was that? Right, so that goes that way across the top, and then our 3 longer bolts go into that piece. Because weird, mate. Weird. How's your day going anyway? What's the weather like up there? Good? It's been pretty shit out here lately, actually. Must be our winning. I will get it built. That feels stripped. Awesome. Didn't even go tight. Just that one doesn't feel tight either. As tight as I'm doing it. Frustrating. Right, now I need more pieces. These pieces. Okie dokes. Find it real windy. It's been pretty windy here too, mate, which is just annoying more than anything. I don't mind cold, but cold and windy? Ugh. Right. Bottom piece. Bottom piece. Both the same. That's the top piece for this side. That goes there. That goes there. What are they? 3x10s again. I like that it's got metal bits on all this stuff, but man, some of the metal bits feel cheap. They feel so light that they don't feel like they'd be strong enough to make a difference being metal or plastic. If that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Anyway, on with the next piece. I mean, it makes the diffs look nice. So that's what we've achieved so far. Okay. Makes the diffs and such look nice, but feels a bit cheap. It goes that way. Right. Nearly finished another page. I'm actually getting stuff done. Maybe it's because you boys are quiet. Maybe it's not a bad thing. Right. So now we need bearing in this end. And we'll grab this side. It slides in through here. And then that goes in that way. Okie dokes. And then we use a 3x6, mate. Did you go in far enough? You did. Lovely. Do. Being very careful not to over tighten those, because that's the quickest way to wreck your diff housing and your day. Right, on with this bit. Give that a twist. Did that slot in? No. I did it. It did. Lovely. Well, she's starting to look like a diff now. Do let me know if you start commenting, if there's much of a delay. I did a reset on the stream key today to try and eliminate. We were having chat delays. So I've done what I can to try and fix that. I'm going to have to be right back in a second. I've got a message that I need to pass on to young Tama from Nan. Dennis, I ordered the light control for my cross. For my trucks to try out on the new axle shaft for the PG4C L, Dennis. PG4L, right. Bear with me 2 seconds, and I'll be right back. And we're back. SG4C, you mean? Duh, says Dennis. Right, so that's our front axle. It was a bit of a faff to put together. It was just weird, if that makes sense. It seems reasonably smooth. I do still have to put that ball end in there. And then that axle, I believe, is complete. If you will cooperate for me, ball end. I'll try from the front. Try from the front, mate. Jesus. Oh, I think that popped in. Started to at least anyway. There we go. Right. So that's got that sorted. Awesome. How long have we been going for? Hour and a half. Who's getting the new cross track? Me. Pumped. Can't wait. That's why I'm trying to smash as much of this stuff as I can before it gets here. Okay, we did all that. We did all that. Wicked. Lovely. Yes. What's the next stage? Put the steering arm on. Whoa! Well, that's not going to happen today. And then you repeat all the steps and do the same thing for the... That's so dumb. So when I first started building this truck, I'm not going to build anything else on it right now on the stream because it's just annoying and I'm getting hungry because it's lunchtime. So we've achieved that, and we sussed out that I need to buy bushings for the TFL Bronco because those diffs need. Okay, so there's 2 bolts that go. Right. They don't do anything, but that's where they go. So we sussed out, I need to buy bushings for the Bronco because that's just how they are. Lawrence, me, 2 of them. He means the KR4 Lawrence. The one that's just been announced. Or unless you're getting 2 of them, that'd be pretty epic. Right. I'm going to go ahead and guess these 2 bolts stop those brass weights from moving inside the diff. I reckon that's what they're for, because that's the only thing they could possibly do. Yoink. So, what needs to happen with this kit is, when you build the diff gears and such, you should build both sets. Not just build one little piece, build one little piece, build one little piece. You end up with 15 pieces here before you can start putting anything on the actual diff. It's a weird way everything goes together. It's all back to front. It's like, well, everyone else has it. So you bolt your C hubs to the diff, and then you bolt your knuckles to that. Whereas these guys are like, hey, let's bolt the C hubs to the knuckles, and then beep around and slide all that onto the diff. It's like, there's a reason. There's a reason they do stuff the normal way. Because it just works. Other than that, though, looks okay. But we're not going to know what it's like until we run it. But sounds okay. Doesn't seem to be too notchy or anything. It's just weird how it goes together. It's a bit. Dennis, wish they offered a hard body for them. Still going to get one anyway. I know we love a hard body truck. But sometimes it is nice just to grab a Lexan body truck off your shelf and go and drive it. You know, the easiness of it. Generally speaking, with hard body trucks, especially ones with full interiors, there can be that bit of extra stuffing around and such, making everything work. If that makes sense. Like changing the battery and such like that. It's a little bit more difficult in a hard body truck because you've got other stuff in the way and all those sorts of things, whereas your Lexan body, you can just pull the pins out, change the battery, away you go again. So that's another reason. Like, I'm excited for it. I love driving the FR4C. I've no doubt I'm going to love driving this new one. I just need to think of a theme for it. So that's where we're going to leave today. Those 2 pieces go back in there. So we have a complete differential. I'm going to work on this more this afternoon. I'm also going to have a chat with Michael re bushings. If he's got any preferred brands or anything like that, well then we'll work that out. But I'm going to have to order some bushings so I can make the TFL diffs Mickey Mouse like they should be. It's a weird kit, this. Look, for the most part I like it. The rod ends for the steering are trash. They're too small. The steering arm, truth be told, could be thinner. But what I will do is I'm going to have lunch and rest my back for a bit because it's already on the way out. Later on this afternoon, I will sit down and I'll keep building this, and I'll. Do we get a spare? I'll keep smashing it out because I've got to get this built. HPI probably made the manual the way they did just because they knew you would have a bit of a problem with it. What? Just because they knew you would have a bit of a problem with how they did it. Probably. I mean, there's no need to try and reinvent the wheel. Like, if 10 companies build a manual and it's build your internals, put it in the diff, build the ends on. Michael, glad you joined us, mate. This is not off your truck, okay? As I'm sure you're probably aware. This is also not your truck, as I'm sure you're probably aware. So I pulled the diffs apart on your truck, and we need shims badly. I do suggest you go and watch the start of the video. We need some shims badly. I'm gonna have a hunt and find some. Unless there's a particular brand. I mean, they're shims, they're all the same. But if there's a particular brand or anything you want, shoot me a message and let me know. If not, I'll just order some and let you know what they cost. But we need some because there was crazy amounts of movement in the main diff gear. So we've got to fix that, and that'll get rid of that horrible noise, which is what I expected was the issue. Which is good. I'm glad that was the issue, because what I expected it was the issue. We know how to sort it out. My garage looks like a drug dealer's playpen because it's got nothing but little baggies everywhere. So yes, I know it's not a longer stream as per usual. My back's just not up to them these days, which is bloody annoying. I know we didn't achieve much. It's just frustrating. No, happy to go with whatever you need. Awesome, dude. So far, it's only bushes. If you watch the start of this video, you'll go, oh shit, that does need bushes. One of our other members, Lars, I'm sure you know Lars, he's got some of those diffs. I've been sitting on his shelf for a year. Said they make the same noise, and I've just never used them. Cost, I imagine the cost is going to be cheap. I'm guessing less than a tenner. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Just as an example. I'm not just going to be able to find a pack of shims. Here we go. Associated sorted shims. £9. I'm sure I could find them cheaper than that. Associated shims aren't very cheap. But there's options. I can most probably buy TFL ones, but I'll start it out. I'm going to message TFL as well, Michael, unless you want to. I don't know whether you've got the ability to take a snippet out of the video and see the movement, and you possibly could send them that and say, what's going on here, fellas? Shrooms has joined us right when we're about to shut up shop. But look, mate, we did do something today. We built the front differential for the Venture. Okay. We did. I do like it. Now that the diff's built, the plastic quality doesn't feel as good as it did before I built it. I know that sounds dumb. I know it does, but it is what it is. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not huge on the metals. The metal, just the look of it even, because of how raw it is. Yep, can do. Contact her. Awesome, dude. Like I said, watch the start of the stream. I ended up getting the TFL drive shafts. We'll drop those off some stage. Nice. That's good. Oh, my back. I might see if your old TFL ones will fit my PG4. How do I send you a pic of the finished Remo? Burden's Custom RC Builds on Facebook, mate. Sign up there. You don't even have to sign anything. You just click join group. Post up some pictures there. Love to check it out. Love to. I'm looking at getting a... You know how you see cheap copies, which is exactly the same truck, just the material slightly different. You see copies of these trucks and stuff like the Remo and things like that. Well, I'm looking at getting a 10.2 copy one. And it's only like $100 US. So I'm looking to get one of those just to sort of see if it's any good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll unbox it, I'll review it, I'll drive it, I'll film it, and I'll let you know whether, okay, is this a viable option compared to buying the real deal. Mr. Blue Vein, I'm always here late, but bacon sangers don't make themselves. I was going to be a smart ass then and say something like, haven't you got a wife? But then no one can take a joke these days, so I'm not going there. But yes, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry for those that joined late. I do apologise. It's not my fault you're late. Okay? Tick the notification bell. Apparently there's like 3 settings. Don't notify me, personalised, and then let me know all of them. You've got to make sure it's ticked on let me know all of them, because then every time we go live, bam, you know. Alright, I'm going to go and have some lunch and rest my back because it's shagged. The HGP 408 Humvee. That's not cheap, Michael. That's a $550 truck. And I watched a few videos of it, and it's cold in my garage. I watched a few videos of it and I wasn't very impressed. I know it's got some scale details to it, but it sounded very toyish, and it didn't perform very well at all. I know the tyres will come down to a lot of that, but yeah, I can't think of whose video it was I watched, but they took it out, you know, with some SX10s and such, and honestly it was pretty dreadful compared to the rest of the trucks that were out. It was more of a, you got to floor it to jump over some stuff, otherwise you just won't slow crawl it. The HG404 is not worth it. The HG404, I believe, is the HG's attempted an SCX10 with the sideways trans and such. But anyway, that's going to do it. I do appreciate your time. I thank you guys for watching. It's very much appreciated. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Give the stream a like. Give it a share. If you would like to donate towards our goal, so we can give away the SU4C, we're halfway there. Okay? Let's smash out that goal, because I want to give you guys one of those awesome trucks, because they're epic. One of the most fun scale trucks you'll buy. Especially if, you know, you can go spin the wheel. Here it is. Speaking of wind spills, spin wheels. We've now filled the list for the second element. Monday or Tuesday, depending on what I've got on, I will do the wheel, and it's going to be, when was the last one? Was it morning? I'll have to look back. But I'll do an announcement post so you guys know exactly what it is. Alright. Thank you very much, everyone. I really do appreciate your time. Sorry we didn't get more done today. It's out of my control. Right. It's out of my control. Yeah. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I do really appreciate it. Take care. Have fun with the hobby. And we shall see you on the next BCRC live stream. Beep.